Are we live? We are live. All
We
right.
live.
All right. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Lady D TV presents Con. Let's do it. Lady D TV presents Conversations for Dummies, where some things you know and some things you learn. Tonight, we're going to learn some things. Stay tuned right here on Lady D TV for Conversations for Dummies, coming up right after this word from our sponsors.
Vegas. Where's the food? Right here at So Sinful Snacks and Treats. Make sure you get down to 4255 Dean Martin Drive, Suite G, and put your order in at So Sinful Snacks and Treats. Try out our new steam bowls or our delicious homestyle barbecue. Either way, you're going to love something at So Sinful Snacks and Treats. Now available on Uber Eats and DoorDash. Order today.
And now, here's Lady D with Conversations for Dummies. Hello, you guys. I know you guys were expecting me at 7:30 p.m., but that's okay. I'm a little bit early this evening because my guest tonight has a previous engagement that he needs to attend. So we're starting early. So I know y'all don't mind getting an early start. And you know what? I actually been thinking about changing my show time anyway. So this is a good thing. Welcome to Conversations for Dummies. This is Lady D, that be me. I am so happy, so excited to be here tonight. I'm so happy to actually be back because you guys know I haven't been doing my show for maybe, I don't know, the last 3 weeks. I had, or maybe more than that, because actually October has been a crazy month for me. I mean, it's been super duper busy. I've had so much going on, so I haven't been able to do my show, but I'm here tonight and I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys for being patient with me and for keep asking me, when are you going to do your show? When is your show coming back? I want to see Conversations for Dummies. So here we are. And I'm excited to be here tonight. I have my guest here, Herbert Jones. And before I get to him, I'm going to do my shout outs as usual. And I'm going to take a quick sip of water real quick. Got to stay hydrated. You know, that's right.
Yes.
So I want to give a shout out to Chiller the Entertainer, my everything, Chiller the Entertainer. I want to give a shout out to Bishop Darius McKinney. You guys, if you haven't already got the album, go and download the album, purchase the album, Infallible. He has a new album out, and it's awesome. So you guys want to definitely go and get that. I want to shout out to Latanya Johnson, better known as Miss Diamond, out here in Las Vegas. Shout out to my girl Terry Jean out there in Texas. Shout out to Captain Lamette Wilson, the owner of KEPX Radio, and to all you guys out there. And shout out to all the divas out there. And you guys know who you are. All you divas out there, you guys know who you are. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'm so excited to be back here. And I'm really happy to be here with my friend here, Herbert Jones, who is the owner and the founder of DPMG Models. Let me tell you how I met Herb. We met at the store. He was working at the gas station at the Chevron. Mm-hmm. And I used to go in there all the time and buy my little stuff, my little wine, And one day I walked in, I had a mask on, if I'm remembering correctly. Well, actually, you knew my son first. Mm-hmm. But then I had a mask on that said, I'm all booked up. Yep. And he said, "Ooh, I like that. I want one of those." And so I'm like, "Yeah, I made it. You want one?" So we exchanged information. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, he was getting face masks made and T-shirts made for the DPMG models. Yep. So we became friends and established a business relationship as well as a friendship. And I'm really happy and excited to have him on the show tonight to talk about DPMG models, because a lot of you guys out there don't know what it is to be a model, don't know what it is to start a modeling agency if you've thought about it. You don't know what it is to have a business, first of all. A lot of you out there don't know. So that's what Conversations for Dummies is all about, is having conversations about things that we might be ignorant about.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to talk about what it is to have a business, a modeling agency, how you got started and all that stuff. So thank you, Herb, for being here.
No problem.
And yes, thank you so much. So just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So I am Herbert Jones, formerly from Los Angeles. I moved here to Las Vegas back in 2009, and I didn't have nothing, no knowledge of modeling, none of that at all. I was just doing, some DJing and some photography work,
Nice.
the basic stuff, and it wasn't even professional photography at the time that I was doing. It was just taking some pictures and making something out of it until it became professional. From that point, I got with my brother Travion, and we started working with more and more models throughout the local Las Vegas. And from that point, we have found 2 models that we just wanted to work with all the time. So we went on ahead and sat down together and was like, you know what, we might as well come up with an agency or at least a model team or something like that. And what we did was we did that. And it started all in a garage. I had a townhouse, 2-bedroom townhouse, and had a garage in it. And we started there. So we invite the models over, and then they'll come and take the pictures and everything. And we'll have them ready for them in about 2 or 3 days. And it just went forward from that point on. Back in 2016, 17, I want to say, we met a guy named Ace Michaels. And this man produced fashion shows, and he also did produce music. So we hooked up with him through Craigslist. I found him on Craigslist.
Wow, I haven't heard that in a long
I know,
time.
right? Craigslist. And from there, I emailed him and I said, "Hey, man, I'm show. How do I go about doing that?" He emailed me back maybe a week later, and then when I got the email, it was like so exciting to me because it was like, "Oh wow, somebody in the professional field actually responded back to a beginner."
Right.
And it was just exciting things. Anyway, long story short, we exchanged information, and he invited us out to an event that he was putting on called the Las Vegas Summer Expo. And this was at the Las Vegas, I think it's not the convention center, conference center of Las Vegas.
Okay.
Nice, beautiful venue. We went there, we did the show, and it was successful. From there, we met designers. We met one designer named Deborah Story of the Bellagio collection. And from that point on, we've worked with her, and it was just like she put us on the map with everybody else.
Awesome.
And it just prospered from there. Now here it is, 2021, going into 22. I'm running the business all alone.
Wow.
I have people who help, and who have roles inside of the business. But it's just like I wear all the hats still, you know what I mean? And I'm training them to be able to allow me to take off some of those hats,
Yes.
But it's sometimes it's a fun experience. Sometimes it's nerve-wracking and like laws, and it's a piece of cake.
It's a piece of cake.
It's a piece of cake. You can't keep up with business.
Keeping up. What does DPMG model stand for?
So DPMG, like again, I was a DJ before. My DJing name was DJ Diz. So what happened was I wanted to keep the name going, and not just let it fall off and become nothing. So what I did, I said, okay, well, we're gonna name it DPMG Models, which stands for Diz Pro Media Group Models.
Nice.
So the reason the DPMG is just DPMG and not DPMGM is because it was only DPMG at first. And then once we started the modeling thing, we added the models at the end.
Nice.
So if I ever want to start something else, like a production company, I won't have to say it's models. Like I say, it's DPMG Productions or something like that. You know, so just saving the space, then filling in the gap.
Right. Awesome. So how has it been? Now, I know that laws out here in Las Vegas are a little bit strict as far as starting a business.
They are.
How has that been for you as far as keeping up with their rules and regulations?
It's one of those tricky situations. For a long time, I operated without a business license, but I operated without a business license in a respectful manner, which way it'll protect myself and to protect the others that's working with us. Now that we're licensed and everything, it's a total big step and a whole different environment. It's like having another child that you're taking care of, because you know it has its own social security number. You know, it files its own taxes and all this other good stuff, and you have to come and check on it, and you have to come and work on it, clean it, and all that stuff. It's a lot to it. The laws, if you don't actually get in there and do the research and you just assume, that's where you can mess up at, especially in Nevada. Nevada is one of those states where it's all the way tricky. It's a puzzle piece. And if you're missing that one piece to that puzzle, you can fail.
Wow. A
lot of people here in Nevada, they take a lot of chances. I call it penitentiary chances. They take a lot of chances. And they do it without the license. And then when somebody, you know, get ready or something, and they're all lost and confused, you know. So my advice is just research. Research first. I kind of researched a little bit here and there, but I learned as I went, you know, as I'm going. There's still some things that I don't know that I am still researching and learning and trying to get the right concept of it. So it's a tricky one. So just be careful.
That's very important.
Read everything. The fine print is important.
That's very important.
There's always that little bit of text at the end. Is where they tell you, but you just like, oh, that's just like a little page number or
I don't need to read that.
Exactly. And
that's what
the
you
main
need.
part. Okay.
That's very important, and that's something that I think we've all done in our past, because we don't feel like we have time. Oh, I ain't got time to read that. I don't have time to take time to do it, you know, and we need to. Important. That's the most important. Yeah. Yes, definitely. So how many models do you have right now?
At the moment, we're going into our next term. So we just graduated some models.
Okay.
All of our originals, they're going to go off and do it on their own.
Okay.
We have about maybe 6 models at the moment.
Okay.
Starting off fresh. We're looking to sign more. It's like a semester thing, like school. You know, they come for 6 months, they leave, and then the new class come in. So that's right now we're in that portion where we're getting the new class in. So we can get them up and rolling for 6 months, graduate them, and then bring them in. So at the moment we have about 6 or 7 models.
So every 6 months you transition. And what do you teach these girls in the classes?
So what we do is we teach them the academics first of being a professional model, because a lot of people think that modeling is just about taking pictures, and it's not. It's a freedom of expression. At the same time, you're trying to expose something that you're wearing or something that's somebody's trying to sell. You know what I mean? You're that living mannequin. So we teach them that. Be that mannequin. You know, whether you like it or not, do it. You know what I mean? You got to do it. You know, because it's their piece, and they're hiring you to be able to sell their piece or to get their piece known somewhere, you know. So that's one of the big ones. We also teach them the rules of the runway. You know, a lot of models don't know that you're supposed to start off with your right foot and then not left. You know, some models don't know you can't chew gum on the runway, because if it falls out, not only did you get seen on camera and now your picture with gum falling out of your mouth is going to be published in somebody's magazine.
It doesn't look professional.
And then when the next model comes down the runway, now she has it all on her gown. You know, so we teach them those kind of rules and the regulations of the runway. Also, I look at it as a big sisterhood.
Okay.
I'm from a family where it's pretty much all women. You know, all of my children are women. The wife is a woman. Daughters, everybody. I'm surrounded by women. So I have a family of women at home and a family of women in business. And I put them first. You know what I mean? I'm pro on my queens. And we teach them about building self confidence.
Okay.
Expressions. You know, express yourself. You know, whether you think somebody like it or not, as you express yourself how you want to be expressed. It's a lot of things that's behind it. You know, we mentor them. You know, with their personal lives together and represent one brand together as one.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So, and also we teach them safe zone. You know.
Nice.
Don't go to a photo shoot by yourself. You're just now meeting the photographer, and you're a woman, and he's a male. You know, take someone with you.
Right.
Don't go by yourself, because we hear these horror stories, and I don't like to hear the horror story. I'm very overprotective and be on the cover of somebody's website, which happened. But long story short, she's been working with me for a whole year. She finished her contract with me. I asked her, I said, hey, listen, you're ready for leadership. What do you want to do? And first she was going to be like, hey, okay, well, I'll do the financial part of everything. The HR stuff. I said, okay, well, I'll put you in there. Put her in there for about a week. She killed it. I'm like, okay, you need something more challenging. You know what I mean? You got more than this. I said, okay, how about you be my assistant now? That's a big, powerful role, because now you play the role of me when I'm not there.
Right.
And she took it and she ran with it. So now I'm managing her modeling career.
What you know about road?
And
when is the end of COVID-19? Who knows? We're still in the middle of a global pandemic. There's still lots of uncertainty among us. There's no running from it. There's no getting away. So with that being said, let's continue to practice social distancing. Let's continue to practice good hand washing. Let's continue to teach our children best practices. Let's continue to do our part to fight COVID-19. This has been a public information announcement from Lady D TV and KEPX Radio.
Vegas, where's the food? Right right here at So Sinful Snacks and Treats. Make sure you get down to 4255 Dean Martin Drive, Suite G, and put your order in at So Sinful Snacks and Treats. Try out our new steam bowls or our delicious homestyle barbecue. Either way, you're going to love something at So Sinful Snacks and Treats. Now available on Uber Eats and DoorDash. Order today.
All right, we are back after I was so rudely interrupted by my own commercials that wanted to pop in late. But that's okay. If you guys are out here in Las Vegas, make sure you go to So Sinful Snacks and Treats. I'm telling you, you're not going to regret it. They got some great food. All right, so back to Herbert Jones here, the owner and founder of DPMG Models right out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. He's been telling us a lot about the business that he's running here, the training and the schooling that he gives these models when they come in, and what they walk away with, what they take away with them when they leave here, when they graduate. They take away a whole wealth of information that's going to help them to be successful in life, whether it be in modeling, if they choose to keep a career in modeling, or if not. The things that they learn here is going to carry them into their life. And so this is awesome. So I want to ask you, Herb, where do you see yourself and DPMG in the next 5 years?
Oh, good one. In the next 5 years, where I want to see myself is laid back and chilling. No,
Okay, exactly.
Actually, operating in a bigger establishment, with a bigger staff, with a bigger team. We're going to look into, I also want to see more programs coming in, like internships,
Okay.
volunteering programs. Want to get involved with schools. So I see that coming, maybe sooner than 5 years, but I want to put it all down, get it on paper, make sure it looks good. And when I'm able to present it, it can be presented in a good way.
Awesome.
So that's what I see in about 5 years or sooner.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. So after the girls leave here, do they stay in touch with you? Do they come back and want to be a part of what you're doing now?
Yes, we have models once they have finished their contract and they've graduated, they've gotten their portfolio and their certificate of completion. Sometimes they'll go off, and try to do it on their own and realize, okay, you know what? I got it, but it ain't as easy when somebody else can do it for you, and all I gotta do is show up and show out. So they'll come back, whether it's 6 months, whether it's 2 or 3 months, they'll keep in touch with me all the time. I communicate with them a lot on a personal level too. Outside of modeling, like they all call me like father figure.
Okay.
When they come to DPMG, that's their house.
Right.
I mean, the house of DPMG, and I'm the house father. So they keep up with me. Some of them that's been with the program, years ago, they'll still come around. I invite them to parties and all that stuff that we have for the other models and the new models. They'll come hang out and be, role models and, show out because they was here already and they did their thing and now the new models is here. So, but it's all a good thing. So they keep up with us. We keep up with each other all the time.
Awesome. Do you have any male models?
They come and go.
Okay.
The male models are hard to keep.
Okay.
Men are working men, what I mean? They're going to put their priority before the fun and all that good stuff. So a lot of the males that do come along, they come for a little bit, they work a little bit, and it just sometimes it don't work out because either work or full-time dad, and it's a little different for the fathers. I mean, the mothers is like it comes natural. It's with the fathers, we gotta like practice, prepare, and then perform.
Right.
It's a little different with the males, but as of right now, I do have one male. His name is Muhammad.
Nice.
He's from Egypt.
Oh, nice.
He lives in Utah. He travels from Utah to Michigan to Las Vegas. So if we ever need him for a fashion show or a event, he'd come down and fly down, stay for a few days, hang out with us, and then go on back home.
Okay.
But he never has a problem with travel. He loves to travel.
Nice.
He just did his first fashion show with us back in September at the Styles and Fashion. He was signed to another agency, I think in Utah. And right before the pandemic hit, he couldn't do anything because of what was going on. So it was like he just signed up and paid all this money to an agency to get management and all this and got nothing from it.
Wow.
So then he found us on Google and was like, hey, I wanted you to give this a try. And he actually flew out here from Utah, came in, did an interview. We signed him and he went back home, and now he just comes back and forth.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's our male model as of right now.
So you have models that can be local as well as.
Yes. Right now I'm testing it out with Muhammad, out of state models. It's, as of right now, depending on how far and the resource connections that we have in different states, we can work that. And it also depends on if the model is willing to travel back and forth to Vegas and to where they live, So if they're willing to do that, then hey, I can work with you, because I know, guarantee you, I can get you some work here in Vegas.
Right.
But then I have to do extra extended work and try to find resources for wherever state they're in.
Right. Exactly.
So it's a little different. And I like to keep that commitment. I don't like to try to tell people I can do something and I can't.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's where we go with that.
That's awesome. So do you charge for the classes?
Once you are a member, all classes are free. All the workshops are free. You're just paying a monthly fee. Okay. Now, if you're outside of membership and you're just a random model in the state of Nevada or Las Vegas, or just coming to visit, and you want to take one of our classes when we're having those classes, then there will be a fee. Okay. And then, but with that fee, you'll get a lot out of it. The fees are not very high in range at all. I try to keep it reasonable, because I know there's models out here that don't have it like that. Right. And they really want to do this, and I want to be that one to help them to get to that dream they have. Exactly. So, yeah, that's how that works.
Awesome. Awesome. Let me see. What else do I want to ask you? So for people that might want to become a model and are interested and want to come, how would they get in contact with you?
So it's several ways you can contact us. Okay. Social media is the main one. You can get us through social media before you call our office.
Okay.
Facebook is one, and Instagram. We're constantly on Facebook and Instagram promoting the business, promoting the models, looking for fashion shows to get involved. Everybody knows to contact us through Instagram or Facebook. We respond immediately. The longest you'll probably wait for a response is maybe an hour at that.
Oh, that's good.
Where our promotions department is constantly on the roll, on the lookout when they are doing their marketing promotions thing on Facebook and internet. You can also, we have an application, a very simple application on our website.
Okay.
The website is this long website that I don't even know by heart, but you can find that if you go to our Instagram page, and it's in the bio. You just click it, it'll take you right to it. Okay. You can also email us. Okay. If you feel that you have a comp card and you have a few professional pictures or pictures that you're willing to send us so we can see who you are, what you look like, and what we can do for you, you can email us at dpmg.lv@gmail.com. So there's several ways you can reach out to us. Now, our model center is not open every day. Okay. It's normally for appointments only, and for when the models are having their workshops and I'm doing the photo shoot for a client or something like that. So you just got to give us a reach out, call, a text, any kind of way you can. It's several ways you can reach out to us. Okay. And even on the website, if you go and it has like this little chat button, and you click it, and then like the little person starts chatting with you and everything, and telling you information that you need to know.
Awesome.
Okay? So we're like a 24-hour communication business.
Awesome. Awesome. So that's what I wanted to ask you as well. So the studio that we're here doing this interview in is your office and everything.
It's all in one.
So you have a podcast studio, which is where we're sitting right here right now, and you have another office down the hall that has chairs.
That's
and
our classroom.
And the classroom area. So are these areas open to the public to rent them out? Okay.
Those areas are open to the public to rent out. Like we have a lot of people that are starting up their podcasts and their radio shows and everything like that, and they don't have the space to do it. And a lot of people don't want to bring people to their homes.
Exactly.
So I have a general public place that you can rent out at a very reasonable low rate to come and do your podcast. As long as it's kind of small and reasonable and not too big, it's open here. A guy, a director, said he needed a spot for it. It looks like an interrogation room. So it's multiple things you can do here.
You hear that, Marty McCoy?
Yeah.
Are we still here? Where we at?
There we go.
There we are. What happened?
So
okay, we got a poor internet connection. That's all right, y'all.
You got multiple things. You can do small baby showers, meetings. Sipping paints. I know a lot of people are doing the sipping paints nowadays. You need a space to do that. Fashion designers can even come here and do their fittings. You can instead of inviting the models down to your home and your personal life, have them come and meet here at a public place. So it's various of things that you can do here. Even a photo studio. I'll open the doors open to other photographers.
Awesome.
If they don't have a studio that they can work in, they can come and rent the DPMG studio. And bring their equipment, or they can use the equipment that's here and their models, whoever they need to bring, and go for it.
Nice.
So it's multiple things.
Awesome. That is awesome. Well, that's good to know. I know there are a lot of people out there that do need a place to do, like you said, their podcasts and different things. So definitely want to give them your information, your phone number, your email, and all the information so they can reach you. I know you said dpmg.lv@gmail.com. For emails, the Instagram is at DPMG Models.
All one
and
word.
Then I see the phone number there, 725-219-3743.
There it is.
So try them all. If you guys can't reach them, keep trying.
Go to Google if you can't reach us. Just type in DPMG Models Las Vegas, and it's gonna bring you right to us. Okay?
Awesome. Well, this has been great. And I just want to ask, what do you have to offer the people as far as advice and when it comes to starting a modeling agency or becoming a model? What can you offer some advice for the people?
Okay, the advice that I want to offer first thing first, research what you want to do, study it, learn it, practice it first, before going out and starting an LLC or any kind of business license that you think you're gonna use. Practice it first before you expose it. Don't expose it. Don't put it out on Facebook. Don't put it on Instagram. Let it be word of mouth first. See how your word of mouth works first before you go to the other sources, because you never know. The internet may shut down one day. And then you don't have a Facebook, you don't have an Instagram. How would you promote your business?
Right.
We're going back old school. Now it's the telephone books and all that good stuff, So let's think about what's the worst that can happen in some situations. Always research everything. Ask questions. They have lawyers you can call for free consultations and all this kind of stuff. Ask other business owners that's been in the business for a little while. Go to the colleges, ask some of the internships, the students, they'll help you.
Awesome.
It's several ways you can back yourself up and make sure that you have it right the first time. Even though they said the first time is the lesson, the first time needs to be the final lesson. So let's just keep it rolling and practice and read everything and make sure that's the field that you're in is the field that you want to be in. Because if it's something that you don't want to be in and you're just doing it just for the fame or for the look or something, you're going to just go ahead and screw yourself, because you're going to be so confused in what to do, and it's not even what you want to do.
Wow.
Okay, so research.
That is awesome. Awesome advice. Thank you so much. This has been great. I really enjoyed this. And I just want to let you guys know that my friend here is going to help me with a venture as well in the modeling industry. I was gifted a modeling agency and I was tasked with carrying it on for someone. She started it years ago and she passed away, and she left it to the family, and the family put it in my hands and entrusted it to me to carry it on. So this gentleman here is going to help me to get that going. So
Yes.
I appreciate that.
I'm ready.
I appreciate everything that you do for the community, for these young girls that need a place to, you know, a positive environment to come to where they can get some positive stuff and not all that stuff that's out there in the world that they don't need to really be in.
You see, I go by a motto. Not to cut you off
No,
or
go
take
ahead.
too much time, but I go by a motto, and I've been going by this motto for a long time, ever since the day one of DPMG. And it is, failure is not an option. Success for everyone. Okay. And I put that on all of our flyers, even on our windows outside. Okay. And what's meaning by that is that, like I said earlier, it's a big sisterhood. It can be a brotherhood too, you know, at the same time. But I'm working with majority of women at the moment, so it's a sisterhood to me. And when one fall, we all fall. Pick your sister back up. You know what I mean? You guys are from the same circle.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Don't make each other look bad.
Right.
If you see your sister messing up, let her know. Pull her to the side. Tell her, hey, listen, I don't think that was a good idea. I think that you should have did it this way. It doesn't necessarily mean embarrass her, you know, in front of everybody. No, take her to the side.
Exactly.
That's being a model, a role model. You know what I mean? You're being a leader. It's not just about putting clothes on. I'm trying to express that to these young women. It's not just about putting something on and walking down a runway or standing on somebody's set and taking a picture.
Exactly.
You're a role model. You want someone to follow you versus you following them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So
that's beautiful.
We created that platform for them to express themselves through fashion, beauty, and self-confidence.
That's beautiful. I love it. And I just want to real quick go back to what you stated earlier. I said I was going to come back to it. You said you got to keep up with yourself.
You got to keep up with yourself.
Keep up with yourself. And that sometimes can be the hardest thing to do.
It is.
Is keeping up with yourself. But we have to find a way to do it, to keep up with yourself, with your everyday things that you deal with, life, you know.
I say this all the time in all my interviews. I do. And I know people are like, why he always say that? Because it's a point made in this. A lot of people come into DPMG and they have these giants in front of them. And I tell them, I said, you got to keep that giant there. You're not going to prosper because it's going to always block you. So if you can go either through that giant or around that giant, let it go, you're going to win. But the longer you let that giant stand right there in front of you, it's just going to, every move you make is going to make with you. So you got to know how to juke them and get around that giant, you know what I mean? And a lot of models learn that here at DPMG. They come in this shell and everything, and by a week later, I'll come back to here and I'm like, that wasn't the same girl from last week. How's she so comfortable now? Because she's been talking and hanging out with the other girls that's on the team too, and they've made her feel comfortable.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes. One more thing you said, failure is not an option. My friend Mo McCoy, he stated that earlier, and I made a reply to that comment. I don't even like to even say the word. That word turns into favor to me. It ain't. It's not failure. It's favor, because God gives us favor every day for everything that we go through. So that's not an option. Amen. So thank you once again. This has been awesome. I want to shout out to Mo McCoy, to Andrea Tyler, to Ayanna McCoy, and to everyone out there watching. The McCoys Fireproof TV and Films. That's my new team, and I'm just wanting to shout them out right now and say thank you for accepting me on the team, and all the work that we're going to do in the future coming up is going to be awesome. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Herb.
Yes,
and we're going to be, we're going to be back here again real soon. Yes. So if you guys want to come down here and get some work done, have need for a podcast spot or a location to do some photo shoots or some filmmaking, some movie making or whatever, give him a call, 725-219-3743. Hit him up on the email, dpmg.lv@gmail.com, or go to the Instagram, DPMG Models. You'll find him out there. All right. So thank you guys once again. Enjoy the rest of your night. All right.